Hello everybody, welcome back to another 3-card read. This one is a little bit different. This one is a request from somebody. It has to do with our senses, okay? So the 3 questions we're going to be looking at today is what's going on with your situation? How can you use your senses to steer yourself to the best possible outcome? And then what else Spirit would want you to know, okay? So I had 3 decks in front of me for you to choose from. I've got the Animal Kin Oracle deck, the Super Attractor deck, and the Vice Versa Tarot deck. So choose the deck that resonates with your, tune into the energies, choose the one that resonates with you, and we will go from there, okay? The timestamps are down below in the description box, so once you've tuned into the energies of the decks and the cards, choose your selection, and I will meet you in the reading. One more thing is that I'm using different decks in this reading, but the one that you're choosing is definitely going to be in that pile. So just choose group 1, 2, or 3. Okay, great. If you chose group number 1, which is the Animal Kin Oracle deck, this is your daily 3-card read. Okay, so let's see what you got. First one is Harmony or Swan in reverse. It's number 62. The next one is Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. And the third one is the 5 of Cups in inverse. Okay, so the first question is, what is going on with your situation? Okay, so just give me a moment to tune into these cards, and then I'm going to do your reading, okay? Okay, so what's going on with your situation is that you have had a little bit of lower self-worth lately. If you think of the story about the ugly duckling that turns into the beautiful swan, well, you've had experiences where you have been the beautiful swan. You've been the person who can shine, who can elevate, who you know yourself to be bigger than you have been lately, okay? And I'm getting it's from some situation that's going in your life. Maybe it's not understanding how somebody is treating you or what somebody said to you, things that have happened with regards to your perception of how other people see you. So you're kind of like diminishing yourself in a way. It's like you actually are the beautiful swan, but you don't see that you are right now because you're basing your value on somebody else's judgments and opinions. And your self-esteem could be better because really it's like you're just looking in the wrong direction. You really, really are. One of the neat things about this card in particular is it's got red around it, and then it's got little things that look like watermelon seeds. Okay, so think about the fact that you have this kind of sweetness to you. You've got this kind of okay, so I'm just going to go right into the card and interpreting what I'm seeing, okay? So there's a couple things. There's watermelon, there's kiwi fruit. These are the things that are showing up visually in the cards. Kiwi fruit has a really neat center, and it's also the sweetest part, right? The center. It's got a lot of little dark seeds around a lighter colored center. So that's what the corners of the cards kind of look like. And then you've also got like this watermelon color with these things that look like watermelon seeds, and then this circular thing again with a beautiful center in the middle. So what I'm noticing with you is that you're not coming from your heart-centered core with recognizing how sweet and magnificent and beautiful and things you are. It's like you almost lost sight of that part of you. Spirit is saying to reconnect with that part of you because that is your inner beautiful essence. Like that is the thing that when you're tuned into that, it's like you are the most beautiful, magnificent person in the world to people around you. And whoever it was that you've been focused on what they said or what they did, or, what they might be thinking about you, what did or didn't go well for you. It's like, that is going to pale in comparison to when you connect with this sweet spot in yourself. It's like those little concerns that you have that may seem like big and overwhelming to you are just going to go away because they're not even significant anymore. You're tuned into yourself and you're vibrating on a much higher frequency and a much different level than what those concerns are. And the words coming to me are petty concerns. They're petty because you know that you're better than that. You might not understand why everything's happening, and you might not understand why people aren't appreciating you in the way that you want to be appreciated or treated, but it doesn't actually even matter. Like, when you tune into this, you're going to be able to let it go very freely, and it's a very, very nice, it's a nice connection. That's all I got to say is, like, when you connect to yourself, it's like the answers will come to you about what's going on, but you can't have them now. You have to wait. So you might as well just like connect with your beautiful swan self and allow the grace and beauty to just align. Okay, don't worry about the petty little things. The second question is, how can you use your senses to steer you in the direction of the best possible outcome? Okay, so you've got manifesting as the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Okay, so your job today is to tune into that energy by like literally feeling, like this is a feeling senses, like feeling every subtle movement, every subtle change. Is this better for me or worse for me? Is this making me happy, or is this bringing me back to my core center? Is this in alignment with my soul and my spirit? Like, you have the ability to manifest anything you want. And if you look at this shape as well, it's like, it looks kind of like a beautiful sun with really, really long rays going through even the darkness and the clouds. And this cloud kind of looks like it could be, you know, those clouds that sometimes look like they could be like hands reaching out and stuff. It could be like that, or it could be just some creature or some person, a dragon, angel. Like, there's so many different things I can see in here. But regardless, it's like your light will be able to go beyond that regardless. It may not appear like it's penetrating through this darkness, but it actually is. It's just like going past it. And what's really cool about that is the sun is like the same kind of shape as the inner core of the kiwi. Okay, so when you're looking at this, when I'm looking at this, okay, it's telling me that the best use of your time and energy today is to use your senses to feel the best possible outcome for yourself. Like, really tune into like that, like it's very minute details about how you feel, what conversations feel better for you, what people feel better for you, what things on TV or on media. It's like, if you're scrolling on your phone and you don't feel actual like connection and joy and satisfaction, ask yourself, why am I doing this? You know, why am I doing this? And everything that you're doing today, especially if you notice that something causes you to feel a little worse, it's like, just, why am I doing this? What could I do to bring myself back to something that feels good for me? Okay, so your senses today is feeling. Okay, and you got the Five of Cups in reverse, okay? So the Five of Cups is like grief and disappointment. And so the last question that Spirit wants to tell you is that this sadness that you've been feeling, or this disappointment, that's what it is. It's a feeling of disappointment, almost a feeling of grief or loss as well. Like what came in the very beginning, it's like you were not being in your beautiful swan light. This is coming to an end. So you have today to let go of any of that. You can trust that everything's going to be really fine. It's going to open up. Things are going to be really nice for you. And tuning into how you feel energetically on a vibrational level all through the day is your key to having like a massive shift in how you're feeling and in the relationships around you. Okay, so that is all I have for you today for your daily 3-card read, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Please have a look in the description box below for anything that I've got going on. I'm like always doing events and businessy things and creative arts things and random acting things, and a whole bunch of stuff I do. So there's different things in the description box down below. Feel free to have a look and join me in some adventure. All right, and I would love it if you subscribe to the channel too, because this is fun for me. This is my hobby, and if I can provide value for you, it would make my day. So click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I will see you in another reading. Thanks so much. All right, so group number 2. This is your daily 3-card read. All right. The 3 questions are, what is going on with your situation? And the next question is, how can you use your senses to steer you towards the best possible outcome? And the last question is, what else Spirit wants you to know? All right. So the question, what you got for your first card? You've got, I can think my way out of fear. And in reverse. Okay. So give me just a moment to tune into these energies. All right. So first off, I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you because earlier this week you had some thoughts or concerns that were taking you out of your power. Okay. You, basically, like, Spirit is telling me that you've overcome this like self-limiting belief or this doubt that you've had, the things that were stopping you from doing the things that you wanted to do or be the way that you wanted to be. Whatever was going on in your situation, it's kind of like, it was like a bottleneck, and then it just like opened up. Okay. So there were things that were stopped in your energy, in your life, and now things are moving. Okay. So actually what's going on in your situation is Spirit wants to give you a big acknowledgement for the work that you've done to be able to get yourself out of this situation. So good for you. All right. The next question is, how can you use your senses to steer you in the best possible outcome? Okay, so this is, when I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. This ties back to the first card, okay? You were able to think your way out of fear by allowing yourself to relax and trust, okay? So today, the senses that you need to do is actually like, it's peace. Like, you have to feel the feeling of peace, okay? You have to have that feeling of trust. The senses, so as you go through your day, you know Spider-Man, and he's got the spidey senses, and he's like, oh, there's something happening. My spidey sense is tingling. Well, for you, it's going to be using that inner knowing to really practice trust. When you have something come up and it's like something doesn't feel right, you can trust your gut instinct, but you can also allow yourself to go, oh, is this pattern energy from the past? Because we all carry that pattern energy within us. For example, it would be like anxiety or something would come up, and it's like, well, this is like a pattern that I've developed over time. So as you're doing this, ask yourself, is this pattern energy? And then ask yourself also, how can I trust the universe in this process? Because as you trust, things are going to open up for you. So say that there's something that you're working on or something that you want in your life. Okay. Say that, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's something with work, maybe it's something with your kids or your friends, or maybe it's a creative project. It could be something even with a spiritual organization. It could be like some kind of community, or it could be something very, very personal to you. But there's something that you want, and it may feel at sometimes like you're not going to be able to have that. Spirit is saying today, really just focus on trusting. It's like things might not look like they're working out for your betterment, but as you begin to have faith and trust, it will just open up for you. And the fact that this is like upright as opposed to inverse in this particular read is a very clear indication that like you are very close and you're very much aligned with this energy of trust this week. Okay, so just continue with that. There's like, if you look at this also, it could be a solar system, it could be a nucleus with protons and electrons, like an atom, I mean. But if you look at this, it's like there is a lot of color in the center and a little bit of a star, and then the next one, there's like another bigger star. And so there's different stars. So whatever you're doing or working on or thinking about, it's going to take community. It's going to take more than just you, but you've got to be that bright, big star that is part of the integral workings of everything that's going on. So don't shy back. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. It's like when you go to do something and you feel that little bit of like apprehension, because maybe in the past things didn't go the way that you wanted them to. It's like that's your like, I can let go of this and I can have faith, because faith precedes everything that you manifest. All right. And also having no resistance. Okay. So if there's something that you want, have you ever noticed that when you want something and then you forget about it, it's just like right there? Or Like, it's just amazing. So the harder you try, sometimes the harder things come. Well, this is just letting it go, having faith, trusting, but still continuing to put yourself out there, because the universe is there to work along your side and on your behalf to make things better for you. This is super cool. All right. So the last thing that Spirit wants you to know is money isn't everything, but it's in inverse. And what I want to say right off the bat is that I'm getting that something that you were it was probably a money concern or a lack concern earlier in this week. There was something that you were fearing, and it doesn't necessarily need to be something major. Okay, it could be something minor, but regardless, there was a lack mentality. These are money cards, but at the same time, it can apply to other things. Like, it can apply to relationships. It can apply to careers. It can apply to, like, your home. It can apply to all kinds of things. But your fear was a lack mentality. And so this is saying whatever it is you were concerned about, which may have been money, isn't everything but. I'm going to read this. This is an Abraham Hicks card, and it's fantastic. So you are right when you think that money isn't everything. You certainly do not need money to have joy in your experience. But in your society, where so much of what you live is tied to money in some way, most of you associate money with freedom. And since freedom is a basic tenet of your being, then coming into alignment with money will help you establish a balanced footing that will be of value to you and in all other aspects of your experience. Okay, so whether it was money or not, with what your fear concerns were earlier this week, Spirit is saying that you have had the recognition that when you align with this aspect of money or relationship or career, whatever it is that you were at first fearing, when you align with that, other things start to open up and other things start to work. So Spirit is, again, acknowledging you, but also having you look at the fact that even though these things aren't everything, having the alignment with them makes a difference in every other area. So remember that as you go through your day, but remember more than anything to trust your inner knowing and trust the universe to be working out for the betterment of everything that you're doing. Okay, that is all I have for you, group number 2. I really hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, give it a like, comment, let me know what's going on, what resonated, what didn't, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, also share it on Facebook. I absolutely love any love that this channel receives. Just makes my day. Okay, more than you know. Anyways, talk to you soon. Thanks. All right, group number 3. This is your daily 3-card read, and this is going to be what's going on in your situation. How can you use your senses to steer you to the best possible outcome? And then what else Spirit wants you to know. All right, let's see what you got. You got the Justice card. You got the better my story gets, the better my life gets in inverse. And you got my positive energy leaves a powerful impression on the world. Let me tune into the energy for this, okay? Okay, so something is finally working out in your favor, and it's been a long road. Okay, there's something that was not right. There was something that, like, you were wronged in some way, or somebody close to you was wronged in some way, and it's been a long road to finally see whether it was karma, whether it was a court case, whether it was like just some kind of like bittersweet situation has been resolved. I'm not sure what the situation was, but you're going to know there was something in your life that just didn't seem right and it wasn't fair, and it's finally coming to an end. Either it has or it's just about to. But Spirit is saying you're in a situation where justice is going to prevail if it hasn't already, and you're going to be very, very satisfied with the result. And also relieved, and it's about time. Okay, this is what I'm getting for you. All right. The next thing, though, is how can you use your senses to steer you to the best possible outcome? Because this may not be resolved, and if it has been resolved, there's still some kind of stuff to clean up. So Spirit is saying the better your story gets, the better your life gets, but it's in reverse. Okay, so right now You need to actually be thinking about what you're speaking, what you're hearing, what you're paying attention to, what you're, like, it's going to be like, you pretty much have all the senses for this, okay, for today. Smell, sight, taste, touch, sound, and your, like, your psychic senses. Like, use everything, because what Spirit is saying is for you to actually pay attention to the stories that you've been telling yourself and the stories that other people around you have been telling each other. Believe it or not, things that are around you, they're also part of your world. Your thoughts, what you say, what you think, what you allow into your mind, all of that stuff, it actually creates your world. It's like, it's manifestation. Okay, it really is. So as you're sitting there and you're making judgments about what should and shouldn't be and how things should go. And like you've got a very clear idea of how you want things, but you're also spending a lot of time like judging and analyzing things. So Spirit is saying for you to spend less time judging and analyzing and more time actually like being in the story that you want to create. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. So begin telling the story of your desire and then add it to the details of the positive aspects that you can. Sorry, let me try that again. Begin telling the story of your desire and then add it to the details of the positive aspects that you can find to match those desires. And then embellish your positive expectation by speculating with the good feeling, wouldn't it be nice if? This is really key, okay? Because you can speed up the manifestation process for things you want by thinking about, wouldn't it be nice if this happened? Wouldn't it be nice if that happened? Like one of the things that I tend to do is say there's something that's not pleasing to me in my environment or in my physical body or anything. I say, wow, what would it be like if I didn't have this? What would it be like if that person didn't even think like that? What would it be like if... And so I just start imagining how things would be different. Like if I have a physical pain in my body or if I'm not feeling well, I'd be like, what would it be like if I didn't even have this pain? And then just even that thought makes my body move in a different way. And often with pain, it will stop us from moving a certain way, right? But then it's like if we are in our minds free of the pain, our body will move a little more normal and go back into integrity. So things will start to free up and feel a little better. Like, what would it be like if I didn't have this? What would it be like? And by thinking that way, you start to align with the energies that allow for things to happen. If it's an illness, you would allow for some kind of cure to come in. If it's a work thing, something that needs resolving at work, it would allow for something to come in to resolve that. If it's a business opportunity or a partnership or just not having clarity with something, just asking these questions allows for the energy to open up and things to be clear and easy. Okay, so yeah. Another thing you can do is you can say things like, only good things come to me, and I'll figure it out as I go. Every time you tell a better feeling story, you'll feel better, and the details of your life will improve. The better it gets, the better it gets. So just pay attention to every one of your senses today and be like, does this feel good? Oh, what if it felt better? Does this, like just think about what's going to feel better, smell better, taste better, and don't judge it. Don't judge it. Just imagine, wouldn't it be nice if this like disgusting meal that I'm eating right now tasted like this? Oh wow, I can actually start to taste little bits of that. It's kind of cool. But what happens is you really start to like align with things and manifest like better results and better feelings. And the worst that can happen is you feel better along the way. It's a really good, it's win-win-win. And then the last thing Spirit wants you to know is that your positive energy leaves a powerful impression on the world. So what I'm getting from this is that what has happened recently has been a little bit hard on you. And people are going to notice as you're going through your day, telling your better story, like you're going to be lighting people up around you. It's like you're going to be leaving like a really good impression on people and the world. So don't be afraid to tell your story as you want it to be. Really light yourself up, live in your bliss, and your positive energy is going to make it's just going to light up all these other people. So by you doing this, you're making a difference, not just for yourself, but for so many people. Right? That is all I have for you, group number 3. I really hope you enjoyed your reading today. If you did, give it a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You can hit the little bell notification to get notified when I release videos. I only do it once every week or so, but I did take the whole Christmas holidays off and it was awesome. Anyways, yeah, so Happy New Year. This is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you're watching it, but it is the new year now in 2021, and that's a very, very exciting thing. So I will see you in another reading. Thanks so much. Bye.